Welcome to my channel. This video is for a 3-ribbon, 3-layer bow with a center loop on the top bow. If you haven't done so, please subscribe and don't forget to tap the bell for notifications. I am starting out with a center loop and I am doing this at 8 inches long. You want to make sure you overlap that ribbon where you pinch it together so it doesn't come apart. So just pinch it together like I'm doing here. And I'm making sure the shamrock is right in the center because it's going to be the center of the bow. Then twist that ribbon and then make your next loop, and these are going to be 8 inches long as well. I'm going to the opposite side of that center loop and measuring out 8 inches, forming that loop. Sometimes you have to, the ribbon bends and you have to fix it. And another loop, just gather that, twist that ribbon so the print is always on top. Just keep measuring out, and if you don't have a mat you can use a ruler, but it does help make your bows look better if they're symmetrical like that. And I will end up with 7 loops, so 3 on each side, 1 in the center, and then I'm just going to do 1 tail for each ribbon, so that's a little different than anything I've done before. And I'm going to go ahead and tie off or secure each individual bow. So I'm using a 4-inch cable tie for the center of all of these bows. The only thing about doing that is when you stack them together it makes them really thick in the center. Plus these ribbons are really thick, so that also makes it thick in the center, so that's the only issue that you'll have with going ahead and securing them individually. I always take my needle nose pliers and pull as tight as I can and then cut that off. And then you want to measure out your tail however long you want after you fix your loops a little bit. I'm doing 12 inches and then cutting a V shape at the end there. Just fold the ribbon together and cut it aslant. Now for my next layer, I'm starting with 10 inches because I'm not doing a tail at the beginning, and I need that ribbon to overlap a little bit so it doesn't come apart. Now my loops are going to be 9 inches. That first one, it was just because I needed the ribbon to overlap. And I'm doing 4 loops on this layer. So again, you want to twist that ribbon, make sure the print is on top, and I'm just setting my first bow on top to make sure it looks good. Now I'm going to secure it again with a 4-inch cable tie and pulling that tight as I can and then cutting it off. And then I'm cutting that just a little bit longer than the first one. I didn't measure it out, I'm just going by the first tail. Now for my third ribbon, this ribbon is not as thick as the other ones, it's thinner. So I'm going to do more loops on this one, and you see I measured out 11 inches. Again, I'm going an inch longer for that very first one since I'm not doing a tail. So now these loops are going to be 10 inches. And it's the same thing, and I'm just making sure the loops match up. And you just want to keep measuring those loops, gathering it, forming your loop, twisting that ribbon. And again, this one will have 6 loops. Alright, I'm going to secure this one and tie that off, or pull that as tight as I can. Cut that off. Flip it over and cut your tail the length you want, and then trim that up, and then fix your loops. I'm making them where they're all like side by side, each loop, and so you kind of have to twist them sometimes and then stick your fingers in there and kind of fluff them up a little bit. Just move them around however you need to do, and then you can start stacking, and be careful how you stack. Make sure you're getting them all lined up correctly because you're going to secure them together. And I have 2 tails going on the left side and 1 on the right side, so I need to make sure my tails are going the right way. And then I'm going to run a big cable tie through that because I have to use a bigger one, and make sure you go through that center loop on that very top bow. And then again, you want to pull that as tight as you can, cut that off, and you can kind of fluff up your bow, your loops as you need to, make any adjustments to it. I think it looks really cute. It's stacked, it's so pretty. And then I am running a chenille stem through the back of that zip tie because that'll be for securing it to a wreath or whatever it's going to be secured to. Now taking another chenille stem, folding it in half and twisting it together to make it thicker, and I'm running it over that cable tie going through the center just to cover that up and give it some green sparkle. It's not too noticeable, but I just like the idea of having the green on there and camouflaging it a little bit and giving it some sparkle. And then I'm twisting that one as well so it doesn't come undone. Okay guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it helps you make a beautiful bow. If you have any questions, please comment. I love to hear your questions and comments as long as they're polite and nice. Please be kind to others. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell for notifications. And I hope to see you soon. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you.